Hello, my dear students, and welcome back to our civics class. Let us begin a new chapter, Economic Presence of the Government, chapter 33. Let us discuss economic functions of the government, infrastructure and the government, highways, railways, ports, airports, telecommunications, and power. Participation of the government in the social sector, Bharat Nirman, rural sanitation, drinking water, health and education, and finally, the government and development. Besides maintaining law and order and defending the country in the event of a war, the government is also responsible for the development of the country and creating an environment for its economic growth and progress. The government generates revenue from different taxes such as corporations, personal incomes, customs, excise and service. The government spends money on various sectors such as pensions, defense, education, etc. The welfare of the people is also an important goal. Development requires planning and execution of the plan. The Planning Commission of India was a body that formulated 5-year plans for the country. It was set up in 1950 and Jawaharlal Nehru was its first chairman. It has since been replaced by the National Institution for Transforming India or Niti Aayog, which came into being in 2015. This has been done so that the needs of the people of the country are served better. It brings states together to act in national interest, fostering cooperative federalism. There are two hubs or key tasks of Niti Aayog: Team India Hub, which helps in states engagement with central government, and Innovation Hub, which builds its think tank capabilities. Infrastructure refers to the basic facilities required for the functioning of a country, such as transport and communication systems, water and power supply, and public facilities such as educational institutions and hospitals. The development of these facilities requires extensive funds. The government is responsible for developing infrastructure in the country. Highways. The National Highway Network is the main road network of the country with around 97,991 km of roads. Some projects under the National Highways Development Project include the Golden Quadrilateral, a road network connecting the 4 major metros of Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata, with 5,846 km of roads, and the North, South, East, West corridor with 7,142 km of roads. Development of expressways in various urban centers, faster road development in Northeast, development of highways for forming partnership with private companies. Railways. Since independence, there has been a rapid growth of international and domestic trade. Therefore, the cargo facilities in the railways needed to be modernized and extended to different parts of the country. The railways carry a large volume of different goods throughout the country. Certain tracks face severe strain due to high frequency of trains. Dedicated freight corridors have been built in the eastern and western regions for this purpose. Ports. India has 13 major ports and 187 minor ports. Ports have opened up to private sector participation. Road and rail links to ports also have been improved. Airports. There are 21 major international airports in the country currently. With the rapid growth of air traffic, there is a high demand for aviation infrastructure. Hence, the government has invested in new airports and upgraded facilities in existing airports. All these are also equipped with high-level security arrangements. Telecommunications. India has one of the largest telecommunications market in the world. both public and private companies are engaged in providing telecom services. An independent telecom regulator, Regulatory Authority of India or TRAI, exists to monitor the telecom sector. Power. A large amount of power is required both for domestic and commercial consumption. The government has encouraged private companies to enter into power production in the country by giving incentives such as tax holidays and subsidies. The government is also working on modernization of existing power plants. Complete development involves balanced regional growth and the progress of the rural and urban sectors. Since about 70% of the Indian population lives in villages, the development of the rural sector is very important. Health, education, housing, sanitation, etc. are all important areas for development. Improvement in these areas will improve the living conditions of people in rural areas. Bharat Nirman. The government launched the Bharat Nirman initiative in 2005 with the aim of developing rural infrastructure. It proposes to involve panchayats and the private sector as partners in this initiative. The main tasks of the Bharat Nirman program are construction of all-weather roads to every habitation above a population of 1,000 persons, providing safe drinking water to every habitation, connecting every village by telephone, creating additional irrigation capacity for 10 million hectares, constructing 60 lakh houses for the rural poor, rural sanitation. The Swachh Bharat mission was launched on 2nd October 2014 to achieve universal sanitation coverage and to put focus on safe sanitation. In rural areas, this means improving the levels of cleanliness through solid and liquid waste management activities and making Gram Panchayats promote open defecation-free, clean and sanitized villages. Drinking water. The lack of adequate drinking water has led to the spread of waterborne diseases such as cholera and typhoid. The National Rural Drinking Water Program, NRDWP, is a centrally sponsored scheme, a part of the Swachh Bharat initiative, which is aimed at providing safe water for drinking, cooking and other domestic needs to every person in rural India on a sustainable basis. The scheme focuses on the creation of infrastructure so that safe water is readily and conveniently accessible at all times and in all situations. Health. The National Rural Health Mission was created in 2005 and its goal is to improve the availability of and access to quality health care for people, especially for those residing in rural areas, the poor, women and children. Some of its important objectives are reducing the infant mortality rate and the death rate, improving life expectancy, providing universal access to public health facilities, preventing and controlling communicable and non-communicable diseases, providing access to primary health care. In 2013, the Union Cabinet also launched the National Urban Health Mission. Education. The Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan or Education for All program is aimed at universalizing elementary education in a timely manner. A two-tier approach is being used for the improvement of educational infrastructure, such as construction of classrooms, toilets, drinking water facilities, and resource centers, and teacher training to update teaching methods. Currently, the program is being implemented by the central and state governments to reach out to 192 million children in 1.2 million habitations. Another important area in rural development is women's education. The Mahila Samakhya program was launched in 1988 under the new education policy. Today, it has a presence in 89 districts across 9 states. The government plays a pivotal role in the development of a nation. Health, education, housing, sanitation, etc. are all important landmarks of development. They, in turn, improve the living conditions of people and bring about greater productivity. This aids economic development and income levels. In addition to good infrastructure, the government must also undertake good legislation. A society where all people's needs are met will abide by laws and regulations. This will lead to overall progress and achievement of the national goal. Let us conclude our class